What's up, everybody? Today, I decided to do another 100 card brawl deck. Uh, I tried to find a good Scarab God deck, but surprisingly enough, there weren't that many out there. So I decided to do one that is kind of like my EDH deck, which focuses mainly on controlling the board and stealing my opponent's creatures instead of mine. Now, I still have some value creatures instead if the opponent simply doesn't have any or if we're stuck. But most of the time, it's more fun to steal their creatures. Now, I separated the deck in a few packages that I'm gonna go over real quick. First off, there is the more controlly defensive package. Um, I'm gonna go over the card slowly, but mostly we want black for disruption and we want blue for counter spells. Is basically what it comes down to. Commit memory is a really good one if the game goes super well or if you don't have any cards in hand. Um, and then it's pretty much just control. I'll be honest. Um, Lazotep plating is really good in the control matchups because you gain X proof from whatever they have and then you amass one. And amass also works with the Scarab God. Um, I'll just leave it here so people can read. Next, I have kind of a blue tempo kind of setup. It's a bit like how your mid game is gonna go. Um, Most of the time you want a few of these things out by the mid game. If not, it's you're gonna be in a rough spot. Leyline of Anticipation is something I something I added to the deck. I've been getting it in the playtest I've been doing with the deck quite often, and I gotta say it kind of single-handedly wins everything because you can hold your 5 mana and you can play the Scarab God on turn 5 at their end step, and most of the time they won't have the mana to counter it. And if the Scarab God stays on the board for like 2 turns, it's over, and you usually have the mana to counter any removal they might have. Um, I have 5 board wipes. I don't know if more are needed, but I think it's pretty good. Never mind. 4 board wipes. No, 5. I'm good. Yeah. Um, I have 5. The other one is I have here in another thing. It's Archfiend of Ifnir. This one gets an honorable mention for the board wipe section because I have view cycle cards and discard cards opportunity, and this kind of board wipes the board in a one-way kind of thing. So you kill all their creatures and they kill none of yours. Um, I have a bit of ramp, mostly colorless because it's a 2-color deck. Midnight Clock can be really good if the game goes on, but most of the time you will want stuff in your graveyard, so it really depends on how the game goes. Sometimes you want to fast forward it ahead, sometimes you won't. Um, I have the cycling setup. I have this in my EDH deck, and I thought it would be fun because I was kind of bored with only control. So this is a counter on a cycle, essentially, for an ability. This is ramp, but you can also cycle it, so this is count as an additional ramp card. This you just it's cycling good stuff. It's a good reanimator creature, and you can just cycle it for 1 on turn 1 if you have nothing or if you need the lands. So it's pretty good. This guy, it's not that great, but once again, it's a fairly good cycle cards, and let's be honest, for 1 black, it's a good cycle target. Archfiend of Ifnir, I already talked about this. Uh, Shark Typhoon, sometimes you'll want to play the enchantment part of it, but most of the time you just want to make a big shark and cycle, so that is very good. It is a control card. Um, that is very good in most decks, essentially. And then Gem Palm Polluter. This card is really interesting because the Scarab God, whenever you reanimate a creature, it's a zombie in addition to its other types. And this fastened the clock. So if you draw it late game and it's really bad, you can cycle it for 2 black and chunk them for maybe like 4 or 5 HP depending on how good you are on the board. And then I have the good stuff, the things you want to reanimate, the things you want to discard if possible, or you want to have played and then die, or play and get counter, and get countered. I have Champion of Wits. It's a really good early game card, and then you can just block with it. And then the 4/4 it becomes is basically draw 4, discard 2, which is really insane. Spark Double is really good on Scarab God. It's really good on, well, all of the other creatures I'll present, but also on some of their creatures, some of their commanders. So that's really good because it says as a creature I control, but if you use Scarab God on, let's say, a Crater Hoof Behemoth, well, you just got a second Crater Hoof Behemoth. So that's pretty insane. Gonti, it's just good stuff. Play their stuff, it's fun. Ravenous Chupacabra, it's removal on a stick. You can play it, it gets removed, and then you can play it again. It's insane. Twilight Prophet is really good in this deck later on. You don't really want to play it early on, but it's a flying 2/4 for 4 mana, which is not great, but it can block it can block a few things. And then like you have a lot of expensive cards in the deck, so it's just with every turn with the passive Scarab God, you're kind of just like winding them down. Hostage Shaker, removal on a stick. You steal their things. You can bring it back from the graveyard with Scarab God. Life is good. The Eldest Reborn. So this is actually really interesting. You can't bring it back, but I feel like it's really good. I don't have Sheldred, but if you have Sheldred, the Praetor that came in the Historic Anthology thing, if you have that, I would replace the Eldest Reborn with that card, and I would probably cut another card in there, maybe Twilight Prophet or Meteor Golem for Janky Taxias. If you do have the Historic Anthology, the deck is pretty good on its own though, so you don't need it. It's just recommendation. Tegrid, God of Fright. Honestly, I don't know why I put it there. It's fun. You put I play it mostly for the lantern, but then you can bring, if the lantern gets destroyed, you can bring back Tegrid or something. Like it's not the worst thing in the world. Massacre Worm, it's board wipe on a stick, and then you can bring it back with Scarab God whenever you want, whenever you need, on instant speed. So this can win you the game out of nowhere because of its second ability. Whenever a creature an opponent controlled dies, that player loses 2 life. So it's something to scoff at. It's a really important card in the deck. Agent of Treachery. Jesus, this card is so good. It's in almost all of my decks, and I hate playing it in real life, but on Arena, it's actually insane. It's gonna get killed at some point, it's gonna get countered, and then you can bring it back at instant speed with Scarab God. And honestly, there isn't much more to it. I played a game in the playtest where I was like tweaking the deck and here and there, and I stole a Tassa, and then the Tassa blinked it again. So yeah, fun times with this card. It's OP. Put in any blue deck you have that can reanimate or cheat cards. It's really insane. Meteor Golem, it's removal and a stick. I wasn't sure what to put here. I figure, hey, it's 7 mana, but if you manage to discard it with Deferry or something like that, it's like Deferry Master of Time makes you discard, or a lot of other things make you discard, so could be worse. Mana base, I won't go into too much details. It's I have the cycle lands in there because the cycling stuff, so that could be fun. And then swamp island, a few of the lands. The most important things are Field of Ruins and Ghost Quarters, because a lot of people will be playing Field of the Dead, because 5-color decks. So yeah, I'll hop into a game and let's see what happened. What's up, everybody? Here we are with the Scarab God versus Umnath. This is the 3-color one, the Teamer one, which is like elementals matter kind of deck, which is really cool. I played that deck for a while. It is a fun deck. This hand looks really good. It's gonna help us get to Scarab God, nullify their commander almost entirely, negate whatever spell they have, like any Teamer nonsense, and then Gifted Airborne is really good. So let's start with a Temple to Scry. This is gonna be a Creatures Matter deck a lot, so I think this is going to be a great card to keep. This enters tapped, so they are starting with the ramp. We are going to join you, sir, with our own ramp, the Arcane Signet versus the Tangle Floral Hedron. It's always Midnight Tower. It's always Midnight Tower, isn't it? Is it not? We're gonna play that. We're gonna play the Memorial to Genius, and we're gonna pass the turn. We're gonna play a 1/1 Shark if they attack with us, but if not, we're just gonna we're holding the negate. The negate is really good to hold here. So, what are they going to do? Okay, so they don't attack. They take 3, 4, and they're gonna do this with. Okay, they do Nissa, so the negate is insane. This is exactly why you keep a negate. That is going to set them back greatly. And now we can play the Fountain and the Scarab God. Now, is it bad to play the Scarab God like this? Yes and no. We're pretty sure they don't have that many removal spells. They're a creatures focused deck, from what I can tell. With a lot of ramp. This is an elemental, but you know. Oh, Helm of the Host. Hello. Helm of the Host is 5 to equip. So that's 7 mana. I can just start pumping my dudes. Alright, and we're gonna keep. We're going to keep the Shark Typhoon open. It's not great, but it's not great security, but it's not the end of the world. So on it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a lot of mana, but they cannot play Helm of the Host, and I'm not. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am. Jesus Christ! All right, that is weird. But so they do, and they will just create a bunch of little guys. next turn I can just do the same with Scarab God. Okay, they use all of their mana, so we're gonna do this. We get another land. And that is perfect. We're going to copy Elm of the Host, play land, and we're gonna attach Elm of the Host on you, my good sir. Now this is what I call dealing some damage. Yeah. Alright, cool. So what they're doing is really good, but Scarab God isn't taking anything for granted. They're gonna kill the shark, and this guy is going to start buffing himself up. In my opinion, I would have buffed this guy. They're gonna trade it for this. They're gonna... So it's gonna deal 4 damage to something. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Yeah, to me, they can't kill anything. So is there any creatures I want back? Not really, so I'm just gonna resolve this all. Now he's gonna have to block a bunch of those. He's gonna have to block at least 2 of those. Yeah. That's not looking great for you, buddy. Oh really? He's gonna block like that. That is odd. That is really odd. He's gonna sacrifice the one with the Helm of the Host. He's gonna have to pay again for the Helm of the Host. I did not think that's what he would do, but you know, it is what it is. He could get Midnight Clock to full power, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He's gonna use Treasure Tower to its full potential. I just feel like next turn there's no way he stops me from winning. But I could have Bantu's Last Reckoning last turn, but I knew he would have to block, so I just copied the thing. Alright, he's gonna copy and he's gonna deal damage, and then he's gonna Helm of the Host, and he's gonna deal another damage to this guy. Ain't that right? Oh, okay. That's dandy, but your Helm of the Host is still chilling. Next turn he's gonna have to lose all 3 of these. He cannot equip it, so yeah. Do I have anything yet? This game there's just like nothing, right? Alright, well, here we go again. Here I go attacking again. I was gonna need to block every single one of these. And that hurts a lot. And I'm gonna end turn. This really shows the versatility of the deck, I feel. Now he got a lot of cards, but he's at 4 HP. I don't have that much direct damage in my hand, but I wonder if he's going to be able to kill me or deal with the board right now. He might be able to Chandra, but can Chandra do anything about this board? Not really. Risen Reef, alright, cool. He might try to like show everything he has on the board and put the Umnath after a bunch of elemental, but even there is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, 4, 5, 6 mana. He has 6 mana left. He can cast 1 more elemental, and then he has to cast Umnath. So we'll see. We'll see. Every turn I'm gaining a Scarab God is a problem here. and he cannot kill. He can cast one more elemental and then Omnath, which he's just gonna cast Omnath straight up, and he's gonna deal damage to me probably or to one of my dudes. He cannot do anything afterwards. I don't think he has 2 mana kill stuff. So yeah. And then what is he gonna do? Okay, he's just gonna buff one guy really hard, but I'm just gonna make him a frog next turn, and then I'm just gonna attack. Do I have enough mana for this? I don't think I have enough mana for that. Okay, so his Omnath is getting chunky and funky, but I don't know, man. There's still nothing. So I could... Too many options were open with Massacre Girl. I feel like this really shows the versatility of the deck. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the deck, and I'll see you for the post game. What's up, everybody? Here we are with the Scarab God versus Atris. Atris as a commander is a bit odd, but I'm not gonna fight against it. I think we mulligan again. This is gonna be weird, but let's get weird with it, right? We do have a few ramp. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna take out the hostage taker. I feel we're gonna mill them for 4 cards, which cool. That's a lot of good stuff out. Tassa's Oracle, which is not a great target for Scarab God, but not the worst. And we're just gonna get on with our lives, right? So now we have Midnight Tower. This card is really good because in control matchup, okay, and they just surrender. And here we are for the first game of this journey against Narset of the Ancient Way. Now, for starters, we have a pretty shitty hand, so we're gonna use the free mulligan and hope for more lands. That is a lot of ramp, but thankfully we have Behold the Multiverse, which we might be able to play on turn 3 or 4, so that'll draw us a few cards. So we're gonna keep this one, and we're gonna play our island and our swamp. The desert doesn't come in top, and this doesn't come in top. They have Cold Art. We also have Cold Art. And we are going to name blue. So we have a lot of card selection right away. They're just ramping. Jesus Christ. Alright. They want that ramp, and you know what? I also want that ramp. I'm gonna wait until the beginning of their turn, and I'm gonna play Omen of the Sea. I'm holding it up so they might think I have a counterspell. So yeah, we're just gonna play it, and if they counter this, well, that's a counterspell bait. We don't need Champion of Wits now, but I will take the ramp because I feel like they are ramping a lot too. I will play the Radiant Fountain. I will... How much mana does this take? It doesn't take all, so I will play the Mind Stone. And I'll pass. I don't want to walk into a counterspell. I feel like they have a counterspell. This is the most important part of the deck. It's a control deck, and so if they have a counterspell, we just lose Scarab God. If they remove it, it's not as bad because it comes back to our end. But if they played anything else, like, we're fucked a bit. So they play Narset. We're gonna see what they do with it.
Mind, body, and soul must be trained in harmony.
Okay. They're gonna draw.
Then,
Alright, cool. I'm gonna cast Behold the Multiverse. I don't need 2 lands. I'm just gonna get 1 to secure it. And I'm gonna cycle this bad boy. Alright. We don't know what color we want this to be yet. Probably blue. Actually, we have Cold Art, that's blue. But we'll play the desert for the moment. Now, they're almost tapped out. And it only says permanent. It's not... I'm gonna play this. I can't... Look, it's a roughie, but we have to play the long game. We're gonna dig for a counterspell. We're gonna throw back the swamp. God, it sucks throwing this one away. And the spark double, I feel. Oh no, it's only a card. Yeah, I'm gonna discard the swamp then. And we're gonna end the turn. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 stone untapped, so I could do a 3/3 shark and kill this thing. But I have to do it after they use most of their spells, right? We're gonna do it on their end step. So they cast this. We're gonna wait to see if they do anything with it. So they're doing drawing and discard, which is fine. We're losing a bit of the mana fight here. Like, we're not using mana for important stuff, but I don't feel so bad about it. So, okay, now we have a negate. So it enters tapped. I'm gonna put this, and I'm gonna put this in blue because we have Arcane Signet and it doesn't really matter. So if we play this, we have more than enough for the Signet, for negate. So we're gonna rewind, and we're gonna negate this. And they're gonna Mystical Dispute. And we have enough to pay for it, so we're just gonna pay for it. We're not letting them untap 4 lands. No shot this is happening. No shot this is happening. So he can get this guy to 1 to phase out the shark, which is what he does. But next turn we're gonna start pumping this thing. We have Aura of the Broken Lands, which is not the worst, but we also have Spark Double we can use to copy the Scarab God. If they let us untap, it's gonna be really hard for them to catch up. They also have only 2 card in hand. They do have a lot of card selection though. So they're thinking about just destroying the Scarab God, which is the good thing to do here. Ooh, Chandra. So she's gonna go down to 1, I think, and kill the Scarab God, I'm assuming is what's gonna happen. Yeah, exactly. We don't want it exiled, so we're gonna take the action. Okay, cool. We could Spark Double. Nah, I mean, for the moment, we're just gonna attack. Which one is the more annoying? I think she is. She is the scarier Planeswalker because she is gonna do stuff every turn. Honestly, I think just whip it and grip it, my dude. I don't think they have a they have a never mind. You know what? I'm dumb. I am dumb. So we're gonna let it go to the library. and we're gonna end turn. Now he's gonna go +1, and next turn he's gonna -1, -3 to save the Narset, I think. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna kill the Teferi, and it's gonna allow me to kill the Narset because we're gonna Lazadep plating. Now he plays this, it's fine. Behold the Multiverse is a good card. And he knows the Scarab God is on its way, so he is going to... Alright. So actually, I didn't think he did it this turn. I thought it was last turn. He is going to be able to phase out the thing and not die. But we're gonna Lazadep plating for sure. And we're gonna amass 1 doing so. So we'll see. I feel like he has to have something, but I think most of his hand was ramp. So what is this? Return up to 1 target artifact card. Up to 1 target card. Up to 1. Okay, so he can return up to 1 everything to his hand and then exile it. That is a lot, and that is the counter spell. The counter spell's back. Alright, we're going to... We're gonna get it in my hand, and we're gonna draw. Now, he has 1, 2, 3. He has 3, so he cannot cast Rewind, he cannot cast this, and he cannot cast Chandra. So what we're gonna do, first thing first, is we are going to attack the Narset. Now he will phase out the thing, and we will cast Lazadep plating. We'll resolve, and we will kill the Narset.
I misjudged our communication.
And then we will Scarab God. And we will cast the copy. And it's gonna enter as a copy of the Scarab God. Now we have 2 of them. They can kill 1 of these because of Chandra, but we still have 1. We will still have 1. So this is now the end game of a control game. They have a lot more mana than I do. I might sacrifice Mind Stone to draw a card next turn. And I might sacrifice this thing in a while. I could also sacrifice the Omen of the Sea to strive for 2, but I don't think that's gonna really matter right now. Wow, okay, so that's a big card. That is strong. Okay, so he kills everything. And then he Behold the Multiverse. Cool. And then he's gonna counter one of his spell. Then he's gonna counter. Okay, he's having fun. He's having fun. Okay, so he's gonna kill everything, essentially, which is not boding well for us. We still have 1 Scarab God alive, but it's not boding well for us at all.
I'll just come back yesterday.
Awesome. We have a counter spell, guys. Woo! Jesus, that's great. That is great. Oh, Field of the Dead, fun times. It's okay, it's okay though. It's okay though. A little farm engine. Do I want that to resolve? I cannot I cannot counter it anyways, so it's gonna have to resolve. Now, do I want that to resolve? They have one, two, three, four. I cannot counter this either. So I am gonna have to pass. And it will be my turn. I will sacrifice this to scry 2. Meteor Golem is always good to have. I feel like this is not great. And we just bonk in the head. He's gonna defend, which is fine. I'm gonna win some HP. And I'm gonna Meteor Golem. And I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to target. Probably the Midnight Call. Alright, great. So he rewinds. I think I just let the rewind go off. Yeah. He is now completely open to my didn't say please, which is exactly where I wanted it to be. And if I don't, I can just use this to cast Meteor Golem again. And I'll do so. I'll just destroy the Midnight Tower before it hits critical mass. So that's fine. It needs 12 counters on it to do anything. So I mean, 4 counters is as much as 0. It do be a non-land permanent, sadly, so I cannot get rid of Field of the Dead, but I doubt they are going to do anything of that. To each non-elemental creature, that is not... Oh, okay. I'm gonna not want that to happen. How about that?
I'll try to come back for you.
It's gonna happen in your right? Yeah. It's okay. They both come back to my hand. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Smiley face. So the farm engine is actually pretty neat, but I don't know, man. We're just gonna go for it again, you know? So I cannot hold the counterspell while doing that, so I'm just gonna end turn and we'll see what happens. He is going to dump a bunch of mana into adding stuff to this. He really wants to get this going, and I kind of fucked up. I destroyed the Chandra, but I don't have anything else to destroy the Midnight Tower now, so... Midnight Clock, so it might go off. I don't know if it'll be the worst thing. Destroy all creatures. Nah, I don't want to do that. How about no? Do you have a counterspell? Can you... Oh, you can Little Farm Engine. Why do they always have Sublime Epiphany? Alright, cool. To my hand, I guess. So I just need a way to remove this thing. Shouldn't be too hard. Now, should it? I will add a stop counter here.
I never back down from a challenge.
Well, that is a strong boy. He is going to... Oh, okay, he's gonna destroy both of our Scarab Gods. Sure. It's funny, just like biding his time for this. I mean, the game is... It kind of stagnated, but it could be worst. Could be worst. Yeah, he's going to Sublime Epiphany again. And the midnight clock will go off on my turn. Or he can make it go off right now, I guess. Could also do that. At this point, the situation is looking kind of grim, not gonna lie, buddies. It doesn't seem that great. But the game was pretty good. The game was pretty good. Alright, I know when to concede. I am going to concede this one. Big problem of the match, they didn't have that many good creatures to steal, and other big problem, we just ran out of good stuff. They got Midnight Clock, we did not. If we had Midnight Clock, the game would have been a bit different, but no matter. It was still a pretty insane game, and I will see you guys in the next one. So, my final thoughts on the deck. The deck's really good. My EDH deck is a mix of mid-range and control. And this kind of does the same thing, honestly. Bunch of cards we didn't really see. I might just do more videos of this and the Yarok deck, honestly. I do love them. But I feel like this is a good primer for the Scarab God. And if I didn't find that many cards out there, so that many deck lists out there, so if you've watched to this point, feel free to use this one. Deck list is gonna be in the description below, obviously, but also comment and recommend me other cards, recommend me stuff. I know there's a bunch I didn't use because I may not have them, but if you found success with the deck with some other card, please do let me know. And I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Bye.